What up, Wheatfield? Hey, y'all, coming in to view in just a second, trying to get this camera set up right. What up, y'all? It's Wheat, what it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to you too. Come on in, don't click off, don't leave. We have a channeled message. We are a channeled messenger, a spiritual reader, and we are in touch with a number of spiritual and just how do we say it? Just beings. Yeah. So we received a message. Trying to figure out how to say it because it just feels different. I don't know why it feels different. Because we are all creation, we are whole, we are complete, and the Alpha and Omega made everything in existence. So when I get downloads from different beings, star beings, Galactic Federation, it just feels different, you know. But I did sit and ask the Alpha and Omega to ensure that the message that they gave me was pure, it was clear, and to give me discernment to make sure that what they told me is right, and that I'm supposed to deliver the message and what parts of it to deliver, because I am a channeled messenger and I am a spiritual reader, and when you tap into the intelligence of the all, you can speak with multiple types of beings. Yes. Thank you so much to Alpha and Omega for being here. Protect me as we deliver this message. Let it be edifying onto self first and foremost, for understanding and awareness, which is what they told me. And let me be so full and have courage to deliver what I have been given to deliver. Allow it to go out to reach the wheat field and have them come in to receive it. Those who will believe it, who can stretch their sight and believe what I'm going to deliver. And you will make up your own mind, sit in meditation, and see what the Spirit says onto you. Definitely not anything to sway you. It's just for information and for understanding. We were meditating actually for a very different purpose. Okay. We are part of a podcast, and we get people who want to come on and be interviewed, you know. And when we have those, we have to think about whether or not it's good. Like, what is the information that they are bringing? What is the clarity of it? Is it truth? Is not just truth, but, you know, because some of it is so old, it's spoken in terms of parables and myths and mythology, because it's the only way we have the information available to us in this age. And I'm getting to it. Don't click off. Don't worry about it. What we know in terms of time is so off. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we count the calendar as 2023, but it's definitely not 2023, beloved. It's not. If the earth itself, as we measure it, like through certain geological measurements, we say it's like billions of years old, then we definitely know that as we can tell time, it's not 2023. It's just not. It's just the way that we calculate time in the modern age. And that's kind of like what I'm going to. Modern age, beloved. So in the modern age, this one just happens to have a pyramid. Looks like a pyramid of light, age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, because, you know, we're not new in the plane. We're not. And the earth is, again, how many ages and eons old, right? The solar system, the universe itself. And it's like cycle upon cycle upon cycle. I know it seems choppy and it's like a whole bunch of ingredients, but we're going to bring it together, beloved. We will. 4:15. So because we really don't have a true awareness of what the date and time is, we really don't, right? We have no clue. But we do know that this is a modern era, that life in this planet has existed in many different forms before us. humans, right? We have evidence that there's been giants on the plane, what people would consider titans. You know, we know that there's different types of beings that has lived here. We've talked about Atlanteans and starseeds and things like that, because it's just the terrain of Earth has been so different. Like, it's not the same. We have pyramids that are underneath water. How they get there? Either the Atlanteans built it, or that piece of land, that space on Earth, that geographic area was not underwater. It just wasn't. It's evidence on the Earth that we've had nuclear war before. You go down and you look at some of the architects, the old ancient artifacts that show we've had flight before, like we used to, you know, all of these things. When you get into decoding the ancient aliens or the ancient world and all this stuff, people dismiss it as if it's myth, but it's not. We know from reports in modern day that aliens or UFOs, unidentified objects, and other life forms are certainly real. I mean, like, they've tried to cover it up for decades upon decades, but we watch the sky and we can see when that is not a star, is not a planet, is not a, you know, what is that? You talking about taking video and footage and all of it. So to say that we can be contacted by otherworldly beings it shouldn't be controversial. And I don't know why I feel so anxious and so much anxiety delivering this message, or the fact that we can be contacted. For those who are channeled messengers, you can get downloads from other beings to give you information, to tell you what's coming. And that's where we're at. Yeah. So like I said, we were thinking about interviewing a person who kind of goes down the rabbit hole on some things, and some of the information that they present is a little bit mixed up. It's a little bit choppy. I had some hesitation with some of it, but I would love to speak to the brother. I mean, like, I'm going back and forth with it about the information that he presents, how he gets it, how does he discern it, how does he break it down and make sure it's in delivering it with clarity, in short. I feel like this is not clear just yet, but it will be. Stick with it. In here, I have some notes from the Spirit. You guys have seen me scribe before. The Spirit come down and give me a message, and we write it out, and we deliver it. It's one of the ways that we got the what the acronym for love is. Light on voluntary escape. It also broke down other words like intelligence, intel, genesis, like telling us the genesis of us. And that's where I'm going down that rabbit hole back to. Was given a piece of intelligence delivered onto me by a member of the Galactic Federation, coming to say to us that there's going to be a harvesting coming soon. I think it's like in another 16 years if we count from the current space where we're at in this space. So, not to say that Earth is going to go away in 16 years, or that the rapture or anything like that is coming in 16 years, but no, that's not what I'm saying. Check it. Let's get into it. Yes. So, the brother was talking about moon people and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? He's talking about a lot of theory and mythical stuff that we've kind of known about, and how a lot of stuff, you know, ancient wars and things that happened in the ancient times, like back, way back. So I got to thinking about, you know, the ancient world and how we have so many monolithic structures and things like that, that shows that technology was way more advanced than what they like to let on, right, beloved? Just like they didn't tell us that it's aliens and UFOs, but we already had known it because we could see it, right? Covering up them secrets, right? They don't want us to know what's going on. So, check it. Galactic Federation came to me and said it's going to be harvesting. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Because it had took me to the movie Alien versus Predators. I was like, ooh, why are we watching this? And they was like, it's something in there we want to tell you and we need you to see it. I was like, oh, okay. So we got to watching. And so it was like, okay, right in the beginning, it's like a satellite that's rotating the Earth, right? So if you haven't watched Alien versus Predators, just watch like the first 20, 30 minutes or so, and you will get what I'm saying. So It was a satellite that was mounted going around the earth by some rich dude, Mr. Whalen, right? So his satellite picked up a heat signature from a pyramid that was underneath the ice in Antarctica, 2,000 feet beneath the ice. So that heat signature had to be like boom, right? And so they told me that it was the activation of an old megalithic monument. And it said it's a call to others who come to the earth for harvest. And when you look at the movie, it shows that. It shows that the monument, the pyramid lit up, this heat signature went out, but what was already in the atmosphere that had come to our, I guess it's the atmosphere, right? Yeah, right outside the earth, in the, you know what I'm trying to say. Stratosphere. It was above that, the atmosphere, outer sphere, whatever. So they was already there, the predators, right? They was looking, watching, like, okay, here is that time. And I was like, ooh, what's with the time? Because in the movie, it actually said it. But I don't know if a lot of people clued in on it. It is, the guy on the helicopter said, talking to Sanaa Lathan, who's like, the chick that's supposed to be the guy to take everybody down, bring them back safe. And she was like, no, we shouldn't be doing this because we need weeks to prepare for this trip. And we only got a couple of days. This is highly risky. She was going to leave. She was like, I'm not even going to stay. But then she felt bad, like that nurturing spirit, like I'm like the best. And if they go to second best, they surely going to perish. So she went with them, even though she knew that most likely this is going to be highly unsuccessful because we don't know what we're doing. We don't have enough knowledge to do this. They took a drilling team with them. It was like an expeditionist, a geologist, an archaeologist, an engineer. Like they put together this team of experts of what they could find in the plane, like the best of the best. They're trying to get everybody together to go and explore this mega monument and find out why did it light up? What was the heat signature? Go back to the helicopter. They on a helicopter. And one of the people is talking to Sanaa. He was telling her who he is and whatever. And he said, well, look at the moon. He said, this is called the Luna del Cacciatore. I was like, ooh, that sounds like cacciatore, like some Italian food. Anyway, the guy was Italian. So she said, well, what does that mean? He says, the hunter's moon. And I was like, oh, that's really seems syncopated, right? The hunter's moon, and you telling me that these people are coming back associated with this moon phase to harvest. And they wrote down, they said, it's a call to others who come to earth for harvest associated to the moon phase and equatorial rotation eclipse that happens in August, in autumn. Yes, autumn. Moon phase relation to the sun, and it was like the autumnal. It's autumn, but NAL at the end of it, right? And I was like, there is an eclipse right next to the hunter's moon in August, near harvest. Yes, there is a hunter's moon, an eclipse next to the harvest moon in August. There is an eclipse next to the harvest moon in August, and it happens every year. But there's something about where Earth will be in our year as we calculate time now, 2039. About is something significant about that particular eclipse, harvest moon space, where something is going to come here to harvest something from the earth. And I was told, can I say that part? That it's like harvest earth from the earth, so that to support the beginning of the new earth. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. To harvest earth from the earth to support the re-beginning of the new earth. So it's kind of like two different things that's happening. It's like They need to come to harvest something from the earth to preserve it in order to begin a new earth for when the destruction ends. So the destruction is not now. I heard, can I say that part? 75,000 years from now. So it's a ways off. But the timing for the ones to come to get the earth to preserve the elements from the earth so that the new earth can be reconstituted? Begin, they're going to create it again, and starting with the elements that they have gathered from that harvesting. I know, it's a lot. I was like, mind blown. Because I was like, okay. And I said, well, how is the earth going to be destroyed? And I was taken to close my eyes, cover my eyes, and told me to see. What I could see is a huge blast from our sun hitting the earth and slicing through the whole thing. And it just broke into pieces, beloved. It was absolutely obliterated. Again, like 75,000 years from now. And I was like, a sun blast from the sun? Like, really? And they took me in my phone to look up. Just happened, November 29th, 2023. A sun ray, a sun blast called a filament. I wrote it down. A filament, sun ray blast that came from the sun. And we were able to feel the effects of it, messing with our stratosphere, maybe technological glitches, a geostorm pretty much. But this blast that I'm told that's coming in like 75,000 years is going to actually slice through the planet and obliterate it. It is what I'm told, like how they foretell in Revelations that the earth will be destroyed by fire. Was I supposed to say that part? Okay. I hear stop worrying. Stop worrying, you will ascend by then. So there's definitely going to be a reaping of souls. But not all of them will be gone by then. No. Many of them will experience the destruction and will perish. But the earth will begin again. I hear so cherish the time that remains. For that who cannot be named shall come and destroy all who remain by fire. See, okay, so what I'm getting also to bring this together is everything happens in cycles. The reaping, there's grand cycles, right? Like this is not that I'm being called to the raw material. It's called the Law of One, and it is written and inspired by a group of people. One of them being a channeled messenger who was able to make contact with a member of the Galactic Federation, and she was given information, and they pretty much was telling her a lot of things, and they were telling her about the grand cycles, the cycles of reaping, and the cycles last about 75,000 years or so. There's always a big shift, a big change. And I feel like we're nearing the end, or I'm not for sure how that works. Like if we're nearing the end of this current cycle, within the upcoming years where they will come and harvest some material from the earth to prepare for the last harvesting. And there's something about the end of that cycle, the upcoming cycle. Like, so yeah, I feel like the end of that cycle to go back to begin development again. It's something about that loop. In my own pace, yeah, it's hard for me to break it down and to decipher. Like I'm really struggling to understand everything that they're telling me, because it feels so high level that it's like they're trying to bring it down in a way that I can get it, that I can conceptualize it so I can speak it out. It's almost like again, the process of preparing for the next age where things are going to be kind of wiped out, destroyed. I feel leveled, like it's not a balancing. It's like wiping the slate clean. Like wiping the slate clean. And then they will use that same material, some materials, that elements that they've gathered in order to, I hear, re-engineer. Yeah, like to start up another cycle. Yeah, okay. Here's the best way that I can get it. Can I use that example? Thank you. So I was just given a flash of the Matrix, and I was thinking about the conversation that the architect was having with Neo. Again, sometimes they be telling us stuff in these movies where it's like, where did y'all really get this from? Because y'all giving us snippets and pieces of things to come without really saying it. Like it's in code, and I have been being called. Can I get it? Give me your grace. Being called to the human code, right? A Genetic Odyssey. This book. I also just got my eye on the physics of consciousness, right? That's another piece. But it's this one right here, right? And it was something that I have been being called to and told to get out of this text. I'm not for sure. It's got some questions. It says, what do you know about melanin and where does it originate from? What does carbon dioxide mean to you in the beginning? So maybe, I'm not for sure what they come in to harvest. Melanin. It says, according to Sagan, the basic means for capturing this information lies within the something termed genetic memory, having something to do with genetic memory. It says, interestingly, I can't even read that part, at the Institute for System Biology in Seattle has tracked more than 100 biochemical, physiological, and behavioral traits that are affected by epigenetic changes. It's something about the origin. I can't even read it anymore. In addition, he has seen more of these changes passed down through 4 generations, but it's something about the origin of melanin, and they need it in order to begin again for the next cycle. I feel like engineering the new beginning, because the ending is going to come and wipe out everything. So they need to harvest it, like pick melanin in order to re-engineer. I feel like mixing, almost like the word cloning, creating human beings. Wow. 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 Anything else? No. There's something in here. Most High God protect me. It says either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project. It's like it's a new project going to be started. A new project to recreate us. Energy levels. That day you're waiting for will come. It says involved in an exciting new project. Taking chances. It says trust in chance and take risk. Trust in chance and take risk. It pulled the card that's up to you, but it's not, because it's in reverse. It's not up to us. It's not up to me. It's not up to us. I see the word predestined. I'm saying it is written. I'm seeing the word correction. Correction. I see error in the code. I'm hearing the word something so old. I'm seeing evil distortion. almost like a mixing, like a splicing, a mixing. Something low polarity. I'm seeing the word evil, backwards lived. Material mixing, creating. It's something that they mix together, that they put together to create maybe current humans, mass production. I'm feeling like they were just pushing it out, going forward, creating the awe. Now they need something, a gathering. I feel something to put, almost like a jar or a tube or beaker or something like that. I'm saying to mix up and recreate, to remake it. Lessons learned. They didn't learn the lesson. The low ones. I'm hearing lords of the earth. Limitless potential. 0, 0, 0. Restart. Starting over again. It turned to compromise. 0707. Let go of what no longer serves you. Reset. 0. See, that's what I was being told. Like they're gonna come and get material, but they're gonna dig up something. They're going to I'm seeing the word melanin because they need it in order to regenerate, to recreate the human race, earthly vessels, the body, so that the spirits can enter and inhabit and reside in, that they have a vehicle, a vessel. And what they're trying to do, I hear that they're trying to perfect it, that they haven't learned the lessons, or they're attempting to learn the lessons from the past, but they're not. They haven't learned it, and it's not up to us. It's almost like we don't have a choice. We don't have a way to control. Something about us being eye candy. The potential, the wonders that that we hold in the vessel that they've mixed up. It's like I'm hearing given the opportunity to experience creation, the land, study, learn. It's like intelligence, their mind. See, eat, hear, feel, emotions. So what I'm feeling is like always all the way back to our Genesis, Genesis, like, right? And if you, depending on how you study and where you study and how far back you go, yeah, I'm seeing, what is it, the Council of Light, and they describe the Adamic race in there, and how humans were created from otherworldly beings. And it's what they use to create us that they need in order to recreate us, because they know that in X amount of years that this whole plane is going to be wiped out, is going to be destroyed. And I'm hearing that the Alpha is sending the destruction. So they haven't learned their lesson. They're going to come and take material in order to begin again. I hear another cycle of war is seeding. They're going to come. They're going to take the chance. It's going to be another risk. I'm told to stop the reading, that was enough said. Because I'm hearing some pretty heavy stuff that is not the now yet. I'm hearing frequency, I'm hearing vibration, I'm hearing disturbance, I'm hearing listening. I hear that channeled messengers, true channeled messengers, are in danger. And it's something speeding up. I hear creating anxiety. I pray for protection. I am hedged. I am surrounded by the Most High. God is with me. He will not bring me into a space and not protect me. I am protected. The Legion is with me. Any low polarity energies that would seek to destroy my vessel or to inhibit me, to bind me, I ask that the Most High God send every protection to this space to keep me, to keep your purpose. For there is a reason that I was called to give this reading. You took me to give me the information. You allowed the energy to come and to tell me. For understanding is what I was given. For understanding and awareness of what is coming, what's to come. Many of us will have ascended by then. By the end, the destruction, by fire. But there will be something coming. And I feel it's going to be soon, like a decade and a half. I'm feeling 16 years. And this is 2023. We just passed the harvest moon in October, autumn season, harvest season of this solar cycle. 2039 is what, 16 years away? Something of the sort, yeah. So maybe that's why I'm being told to say it. Because we do know a lot that has been held back from us, that they try to cover up with the veil so that we don't see what's happening. That is true, you know. And like I was saying, it brought me to that movie, and that spacecraft was right outside. It was sitting in the Earth's atmosphere because of the position of the moon, the type of moon, like this monolithic structure that's 2,000 miles up under, 2,000 feet up underneath the ice and out. 2,000 feet up underneath the ice, up underneath the earth. And when this moon position hit, they came, right? And the structure lit up and it called out. And they shot a laser beam that drilled straight down to that pyramid. And even the team in the movie was like, because they had brought their own drilling team, and they was like, You see this hole? Like, there's nothing on Earth that could create that, that could do that. And definitely, we have satellite images from yesterday, 24 hours from now, showing that there is no hole drilled right here. And then here today is a hole that goes 2,000 feet into the earth. And what's funny is today I was took to an article where it shows like ever since like the 40s or the 50s or the 60s or something like that, all these CIA files that they declassified, right? And it was showing me how even in Russia, they have drilled the longest, deepest hole trying to get to the Earth's core, the core of the Earth, break through the crust, and they had barely got like 2%. Like the temperature of the Earth was so hot, like they couldn't even go no further. And I think they got like 49,000 feet, or I can't remember how. I think it was like 39,000 and some change feet that they got. And it was like, what is the name of it? The super hole or Kobel, Kobal super hole or something like that. It was drilled by Russia. If you Google it, you will see what I'm talking about. They've been trying to get down there, just to journey to the center of the earth and see what's down there. But it's just like, it's crazy, like how all these pieces is coming together. Like it was something that caught my interest on that article, and I literally read it. Like how the U.S. and Russia, because you know we was having that race to space, and they was having a race to the center of the earth. Like they was really doing this. Like it's so much that they don't tell us. I mean, I'm talking about declassified CIA files where they literally talk about UFO wreckages and picking up the pieces and all of that. Like this stuff is not like, I'm not like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and I'm just pulling this shit out the, wherever. No. These energies are for real. And we're talking about people who have been labeled crazy for how long, saying that they've been in contact by other beings. Yes. And if you are open to receiving the information of the all, especially channeled messengers, that hole on that movie was pristine. You talking about laser energy that just shot a hole straight 2,000 feet down right to the entrance of that pyramid. And what did they do? That goes back to the dude that I'm telling you that we were thinking about interviewing, because he was talking about like the old myths and how religions and orders before instituted religion before what it is now today. And he was saying about reptilians and how that there were wars, the titans. Those are the things that the myths are made of. Zeus fighting wars. We talk about Ra fighting wars. We talk about Krishna fighting wars. All of these are lower, what they call energies seeking power in the plane, right? But they were fighting these wars. And when they get down into that pyramid, what did they find? They found the mother freaking alien, and she's a reptilian type of alien. And she down there birthing babies chained up, right? I mean, you look at the movie, it's kind of like, wow, this is some kind of stuff, because it's like, you think about Sigourney Weaver and Alien back in the day, but nobody realized that she was trapped on Earth. Like, how did this happen? Like, where did she come from? How did she get trapped in this pyramid that's 2,000 feet below the ice and have been down there for how long, beloved? I mean, they were really at the end trying to stop all that stuff to getting from the surface, because if it get to the surface, you know what them alien things would do to us, these little human beings. It would just be like total destruction. They would wipe us out. I mean, like, for real. But I'm not saying that down in one of the pyramids that she's down there. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's so much more that we don't know about our origin, about our genesis. How did we get here? How were we actually created? Wow. These books don't come from nowhere for nothing. Human code. that these energies is so much stuff that's older than us that we don't know. We know that the ancient world is something to be marveled at. Again, there's evidence on the earth that there's been nuclear wars before. This isn't the first time we've had flight. Civilizations everywhere talk about beings coming from the stars. And we are just now accepting the fact that UFOs exist. We have been thrown into a dark age for a reason, that they kept us from remembering. I don't know what else to say, beloved. I'm going to go finish this movie and look at it with a whole different eyesight and perspective. I know that. Because just that bit of the beginning where he talked about the eclipse and the harvest moon and how all of these pieces came together, because they told me all this before we even watched the movie. Bits and pieces. It was like led to the movie, and it was like told me something, go watch the movie. Actually, it started early in the day when they led me to watch about that hole being drilled. And then it was like, okay, the person that came to us to be interviewed, watching their content, I'm like, they got a lot of pieces that's good, but it's mixed up. It's like soup, beloved, kind of choppy, just like these chopped up ingredients. But it wasn't coming together in jail, like, okay, I can see the whole meal, how the ingredients came together. It was kind of something that was a little bit left out. It was confused. It was a ball of confusion. And I'm like, I could see where this person is going. And it's kind of piquing my interest a bit. And then they started speaking to me, putting it in the right order and saying, no, this is where it's mixed, and helping to unravel it. And then it took me to the movie, and then it gave me more bits and pieces, wrote it in my book about what I'm telling you to kind of look at it like this. And I'm like, huh. Clarity. Clear quartz. Clarity. And I said, what is the purpose? And they said, for awareness and understanding. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And just so you know, I did meditate and ask the Alpha and Omega to come in to make sure the message was clear, that it was pure, and that it was something that I was supposed to deliver onto the wheat field. And I was sent a message. It's not just permission. It was directed. Love you guys, just like I love the Alpha and Omega that called me. They gave me this decree to be the infinite intelligence, speaking, a channeled messenger, a spiritual reader, helping us to decipher things that help explain our beginning and where we're heading to the next now. Ashe.